Hi everyone, so I created this lovely all cruelty-free look using the lovely Naked Palette 2 palette. This just has a lovely array of cool toned and warm toned colors. You have some gray, some purple, some taupe, some black variations in it. Some people have dubbed it the cool tone palette, some people have dubbed it the warm toned palette. Now that I have it and I've worked with it once, I can see why people would say that. The purple tones are, I think, is why people are calling it cool toned, and yet they're calling it warm toned at the same time, because purple has the blue undertone to it, and then of course it also has the red, so it kind of just depends. I do like that it has this nice slot here where the brush does go into. Kind of makes it easy to hold up when you're doing tutorials. Not so much an issue if you're just working with this at home on your own. I like to leave the plastic veil on here for tutorial purposes so the mirror doesn't glare out at you. I used the brush for this tutorial. I like the brush a lot. So I just created just this really cool, fun, smoky eye. It's super easy to do, little tips and tricks, of course, along the ways. And a fun, bold purple lip. So I hope that you enjoy this look a lot. I know I was requested sometime last year to do the Naked 2 palette tutorials, and this was a Christmas gift, so I couldn't do them until after. So I do hope you don't mind that, and I hope you had a great New Year's. Hope you're having a currently good New Year's. Hope 2012 is going to be good for you, and I hope that you enjoy this sort of fun, wintry inspired look. Winter's not over, even though I know Christmas and New Year's is, so you could still bust out your golds and your warm tones and your bold lips, and I hope you enjoy this look. So I've already taken Too Faced Shadow Insurance and Candlelight from lid to brow bone, just a very soft little bit amount of that, just the littlest amount you need to go from lid to brow bone so it's not too sticky so it won't budge. Now I'm going to be taking the lovely Naked 2 palette and this lovely Good Karma brush that came with the palette. It's the same color as the palette, which I think is really cool because usually they're purple. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of Tease, which is that sort of purpley kind of crease shade, kind of like a matte version of Max Shale, and this sort of buttery white, which reminds me a little bit of Chamomile, which came out with Warm and Cozy from MAC. So I'm going to be taking a blend of those two colors using the fluffy side of the brush, and we're just going to pop that into the crease. So I dipped into Foxy last, and that's the first color that will go down, and then the Tease will just blend out right on top and create just a very soft transition color. And I'm going to go in with Tease again, which is just that purpley brown color, a little bit on the blender brush all by itself without the aid of Foxy, and we're just going to go into the crease shade. For somebody who's pale or just wants a really soft transition, this is my recommendation for working with Tease. Although for me it's been pretty soft, but when you're working with synthetic brushes, colors will pop up a little softer. It's not that the brushes are bad, but sometimes they don't grab the pigment as harshly as a real brush, which can be a good thing. I like the way synthetic brushes blend anyways, and they don't smell like animal hair ever, so. Now before we start going into richer pigments, I'm going to take a little bit of Foxy, because I'm yellow toned, this is going to work for me. If you're not yellow toned, go into Booty Call, that nice pink, and we're just going to go all over the upper brow bone, and blend from the crease to the brow bone. And a little bit in the inner tear duct as well, just to blend that out softly. Now that part's optional because the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Candlelight can serve as a base. You probably don't need to do that unless you want. I'm going to take a little bit of Decay, which is just this really sort of taupey nut brown right here at the bottom. Almost kind of looks more like MAC's Satin Taupe right here at the bottom. And I'll probably do a blog post review of this alongside the regular Naked palette, although I know it's been done before. I just think I have a different take on this than some people have, so I'm gonna be doing that for the sake of doing it. And we're just going to blend that out in little rotational circles. And we're just going to get that in a very circular, I can't talk today, circular motion in the outer corner. That's what happens when you take a few days off for the holidays because you're busy. I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm gonna take a little bit of Busted. I believe there was a color in Urban Decay number 4 called Bust, but we're gonna be taking Busted. I think this is like the sequel color or something, but we're gonna be blending that out in the outer corner as well. First, I'm just going to dot that on just so I can see the color, and then move it. That way you have some color. Now for the eyelid shade, we're going to be going in with this flat side of the brush. We're going to be going in with Chopper, and it is the glittery one. Kind of nice that it's not Midnight Cowboy. Almost looks like a new version of Chopper, because I've had Chopper in other palettes, and this one looks a little bit more tan. But we're going to be pressing this all over the lid. I heard in the near future there's going to be a discontinuing of glittery shades from Urban Decay. I don't know if that's true or not because this is a new palette and here it is. But as far as I'm concerned, enjoy them while you can, because I think for certain occasions that little pop of shimmer like right on the lid is kind of fun. So just gonna clean up anything that may have fallen out, and as long as you press on the glitter and use a nice sticky tacky base, it's gonna stay. So yeah. I'm going to be taking Inglot's gel liner in number 77 and a Delium Tools brush in number 763. It's a pretty inexpensive angled brush. You can even take one from Eco Tools, whatever you want to do. And we're just going to line the upper lash line. Not a whole lot of gel liner, but for the outer corner, I want it to be just a little bit thicker. Almost like a faux wing, which is a great uplifting idea if you have like a smaller eye. And just barely pull it out, like a really baby tiny wing. Now this part's completely optional. It's the black liner all the way on the bottom. If you feel that this closes out your eye, I would just do white or nude. But I took the Mary Kay Black Noir eyeliner. You can take a 24/7 pencil, whatever you have on hand. And then in order to set that, just take more of the Blackout. And my advice when you're lining your waterline with eyeshadow is to not double dip back into the center of your eyeshadow pan, or if you can, avoid dipping back at all, because the water from your waterline can create a crust on your eyeshadow. So if it's completely possible, just coat it, the brush as much as you can, and then just dab that all over the waterline to soak up any excess colors. Right now Urban Decay is offering these little tiny gold pencils with a number of palettes. I believe I ended up with 2 of these from a couple Urban Decay purchases this winter, but they had El Dorado for about a week or 2. So this is just the gold liner, and it's the most optimum gold liner they have. Just really beautiful. I believe it's something you could do for fall, possibly even spring or summer, is to use gold liner. So I'm just gonna dab El Dorado all over the lower lash line, just to sort of make the lower lash line pop and gleam. And for the lash line, I'm going to go into Half Baked, which is the most gold color in this palette. Right here. Also in Urban Decay Naked 1. And we're just going to press this all over El Dorado. Just a light amount of it. Not so much to really change the color, just so that El Dorado doesn't move at all. Although the likelihood that it will is very slim to none since it is a 24/7 pencil. But just in case, I think you just go ahead and clean up any fallout you may or may not have. I'm going to take the Too Faced Size Queen mascara and I'm going to put this all over my lashes. It only comes in one color right now, just the Blackout. And I already have a blog post of this, but I'm going to go ahead and put this all over my lashes and be right back. So for the lashes, I'm going to add the tail lashes, which are the 305s. Sorry, they're kind of flopping all over the case, but just these tail accent lashes. And I'm just going to go ahead, put those on, and I'll be right back with the rest of the face. Now I did go up the face a little bit more than I sometimes do just because I want this pink to take on a more natural tone, but this is the Stila Self-Adjusting in Pink. Using the same brush I used to apply my bronzer, just so it looks more well blended and natural. I'm going to stipple that in as well because it's a very pigmented, bright color. And I'm just going to keep it towards the back. It's a brighter pink, so it'll mimic sort of a frosted kind of winter glow when your face gets a little rosier in the winter. Now for lips, I'm just going to swipe off my lip conditioner. And I'm going to take the Envious lip pencil from Urban Decay. And line my lips and fill them in. Now I'm going to be taking this OCC Lip Tar in Katricia, just a Prime Perfect Classic Secondary Purple. And we're just going to go in with this e.l.f. smudger brush. And just working in as little product as possible at a time to create this sort of matte finish. And blotting, because it is very, very pigmented. And last thing you want to do is go out in public with OCC Lip Tar and a dark color on your teeth. And to polish it off with Zoya Hot Lips Glossy Lip Balm and Starlet, because it's a rubyish red purple burgundy color. And pounce that on the lips for some shine. If you think this is too much to do the pigmented lips and that, you don't have to go there. And then just retouch the outline. And that completes this really fun kind of nudie but fun look. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thanks for watching.